What are your drums? Are those drums MIDI? Are you recording the drums live? I knew that it was warfare, but I didn't know what to do about it. I need freedom from this, but I wasn't even aware of what was causing the stress, the anxiety, and that weight. If this doesn't work, I'm just gonna fail publicly. It was like the Lord put the sword in my hand, and He's like, hey, use this. I am making a hymns album, and I wanted to make this little podcast, little video to update everybody about what's been going on. I think it was roughly 60 days ago that my album got fully funded. If you watch that all happen on social media, it was insane. One of the most faith building things ever. Making a hymns album was not something that was like on my radar in the year 2025. But really just felt like the Lord was calling me into it, and I felt like really scared about it and wrestled for a while about whether or not I should do it because I knew I'd have to fundraise. I didn't want to do that because I was really scared of it. And finally just kind of gave in and gave the Lord my yes and really put myself out there. Not gonna lie. It was very scary. I was very scared because I was posting about it, and I'm like, everyone on, like, if this doesn't work, like, I'm just gonna fail publicly. And I'm like really putting myself out there being like, I think it's gonna happen. The craziest thing was, like, I think it was a Thursday before it ended. It ended on a Sunday at 3 p.m. We reached the goal Saturday night at like 10:30 p.m. So there was like a little bit of time left, but on Thursday morning I was talking to my brother, and he was like, "Can you extend it?" And I was like, potentially, because the way the Kickstarter works is it's like it's all or nothing. So if you don't reach your goal, you don't get anything. All the money gets sent back to everybody else. So he's like, "Can you extend it?" Maybe I was like 40% funded at this point. I don't really remember. And so I was about to, I like go online to Kickstarter. I'm like, oh, I think I can contact support and they maybe help me extend it. So I was filling out a form, and I just like had this sense of like, I need to pray about this first. I was like, okay. So I just prayed about it, and I don't know. I hope this doesn't sound weird. I guess I don't really care what it sounds like. This is just my genuinely what happened. I just sensed the Lord like, no, don't extend it. And I just had this peace that He was going to make it happen. And He did. And it was crazy. And like, it wasn't like just one person came and did it all, but it was people that I had never met before were like giving to it. And just so many crazy stories. If you're one of those people, if you're watching this and you gave to this project, I just want to say thank you so much. Like I can't believe it, and I'm so thankful. And this project truly wouldn't be able to happen without you. And um, so I'm so thankful. I feel like that number was the number um, that I needed to raise to make this album what, like, to the standard of quality that I feel like it needs to be. And I'm just, yeah, so honored to be entrusted with these resources, and it's so crazy. Anyway, so that's kind of the recap um of what of well, it's not the full recap. That's what happened. If you don't know, that's what happened with the hymns album. So it's been about 60 days since we got fully funded. So I want to talk about three main things. I want to talk about kind of what my experience has been like since getting funded, some of the challenges that I've faced, some of the just things that the Lord's been doing in my heart, honestly. So I want to talk about that. I want to give y'all some sneak peeks of some songs. Nothing crazy. But maybe we'll be fine. I don't know. And then I want to talk about my favorite kind of comments and the support for this project has just been crazy. It's like, I mean, unlike anything I've ever done. But there have been some really sweet DMs that I just am excited to share. So, and then I'm sure I'm going to ramble a lot between all of that. So let's dive in. So the album gets funded. It was this crazy moment. And I'm like, okay, this is amazing. This is awesome. And it was like this weight was lifted off of like, oh my gosh, I can't believe that I've been given the resources to make this album. This is amazing. And then this new weight, like I felt a new weight. And it was this weight of, okay, people have given a lot of money to this. Now I have to perform. I have to make this really special. That's not all bad, but it was kind of to this point where I felt like just a lot of pressure of like, I have to really make this thing insanely good and it has to be perfect. And so I'd be working on it and I'd just constantly be like, this is not good enough. This is not good enough. And it really exposed just like some areas of, it exposed like some of my deepest insecurities as it pertains to music and worship leading. And I would just have these waves of like discouragement hit me. And I knew that it was warfare, but I didn't know what to do about it. I knew that it was that those thoughts were not my thoughts. But I would just, it was like, it honestly was really tough. Like the first like month or so working on the album, I was like, how am I going to get through this? Because every single time I start to hit record, I just immediately feel this huge wave of insecurity and discouragement. Maybe if you're an artist, maybe you've experienced that before. There was this moment that happened that I'm so thankful for. Kind of in the midst of all that, I'm praying like, Lord, what do I do about this? I know that I need freedom from this, but it's like I wasn't even aware of what was causing the stress, the anxiety, and that weight. And so one day I was praying in this room, and I just so I was in this room just praying, and I got this phone call, just a random phone call from one of my friends. And he's like, hey, dude. And I'm like, hey, man. He's like, how's it going? I was like, I'm feeling all this stuff, XYZ, feeling discouraged, all this stuff. And just this one simple question literally did so much. He just goes, and it was so simple, but he goes, do you feel like it has to be perfect for the Lord to use it? It was like in that moment, like all that performance just like kind of fell off of me. And I was like, oh, yeah, you're right. Like, and yeah, it was just a really special moment. And so that like really, really, really helped me. But then I would still feel it every now and then, and was still kind of praying like, Lord, I just know that there's more freedom available. And that kind of led to this other moment. I was actually cleaning our bathroom, listening to a book by John Eldredge called Experience Jesus Really. I highly recommend it. I haven't finished it, so maybe it's got a horrible ending, but I'm pretty sure it's got a good ending. His stuff is really good. he was talking about the ways that we wage war in our minds. Just truth versus lies, how that works. You know, what the attacks of the enemy look like. All of those things. Spiritual warfare. Ephesians 6. The war that we wage is not one of flesh and blood, but XYZ. Spiritual stuff. You get it. You read the book before. And he talked about the power of like just speaking truth to those lies, like out loud, like saying the truth of Scripture out loud against those lies that we hear. And so I think I was cleaning the bathtub and I was like, Lord, what verse would set me free or break off this stronghold that I'm like really experiencing? And just a little aside, if you've ever like done any creative thing, like if maybe you're a painter or dancer or musician, whatever it is, self-consciousness is like the antithesis of like good creativity. I think it quenches the spirit, like in some ways. Like when I'm self-conscious, I'm just constantly thinking of myself rather than just freely creating. And so all of my ideas that were coming out of this hyper self-conscious, hyper insecure place, they all were horrible. Not good. We're not going to get sneak peeks of those because they were not good. And so it's this, you kind of experience this spiral as an artist sometimes where you're self-conscious and then you make something bad, which makes you more self-conscious. So then you're like, okay, I think I'm horrible. I think I'm not going to do this anymore. But that's not true. And here's what is true. This was the truth in that moment as I'm praying, Lord, what's the truth that you want to use to set me free from this bondage? And it was in Ephesians 2. And it was like this moment where that verse came to mind, and then all of a sudden I was like, oh wow, like it was like the Lord put the sword in my hand and he's like, hey, use this. Use this against doubt. Use this against fear. Use this against insecurity. And I was like, oh, I have this sword. I haven't been using it. I can use it. And it's good. Produces good things, good fruit, good freedom. And actually frees me up to do that which God's called me to. So Ephesians 2, I have it roughly memorized, maybe more of a paraphrase. For you are God's workmanship, created in Christ Jesus to do good works, which God prepared beforehand that you may walk in them. Yes, that is good. And in that moment, as I'm doing the bathroom, it was like the Lord was speaking in my heart, like, you, William, are my workmanship. I think the NLT says my masterpiece. Or maybe it's the NIV that says my masterpiece. You're my masterpiece. And it was like he was saying, I created you for this good work. And I've prepared you beforehand for this album that you would walk in it. And in the midst of all these doubts that are saying, like, I'm not prepared, I'm not good enough for this, I'm not equipped enough for this, it was like that truth just came and wreaked havoc against those lies. And the Lord was just like, no, you are prepared for this. I've given you all that you need for this because I have prepared you for it. And it was like, poof, see you later, insecurity. See you later, man. Bye. Catch you later. Have a nice day. In that moment, it was like those insecurities and those fears, they went away, and it's allowed me to like actually really be effective in the studio as I'm working on these songs, and it's been amazing. And I'm like, oh, like it was literally just this self-consciousness that is not from the Lord. Anyway, so that's kind of an update. Really thankful for that. Yeah, yeah, really special. And maybe if you're an artist that has felt that in the past, um, yeah, maybe Ephesians 2 would do for you what it did for me, just reminding us of how God sees us. So that is the update on kind of how I've been doing. Next, I want to give us some sneak peeks, some sneaky peekies, sneaky eeky peekies. I'm going to show you 3 clips. We'll talk about them, maybe. Or, yeah, we'll talk about them. First sneak peek. Yep, that's that. Guess the song. I posted it on my story yesterday. It's Jesus Paid It All. Boom! But Jesus Paid It All is normally like 70 something BPM. That's 82. And I'm really stoked on it because I'm like, whoa, if I'm like, I can use that as an opener. Like, I don't know if maybe you're not a worship leader, maybe you are a worship leader. Finding a good opener, like something to start the set off, that's a little bit upbeat, but isn't too cheesy, isn't too corny. It's a challenge. For me, at least it is. So I get really excited about the idea of opening a set with that song. And it's Jesus Paid It All. And like that's just kind of the intro. But I'm really excited to flesh that one out. And it'd be like, oh, praise the one who paid my debt. And it could be kind of fun, like people could it could do something that is jumping or something like that, or it could do. It's just gonna be faster. It's faster, 82 BPM or something like that. It's a fast way to do Jesus Paid It All. Second sneak peek. Oh, gotcha. You thought there's gonna be more, and you probably know what song that is. If maybe not though. Maybe I'll leave that as a cliffhanger. I haven't showed the one on my story yet. I just am really stoked on that intro, and this song that I'm doing that has that intro was like one of the first ones that I knew was gonna be on the album. So I'll let you go in the comments and guess what song you think that is. Third sneak peek. Oh, like I said, they're short. Just a sneak. It's not a full look-see, just a sneaky sneak. Just a peek. Obviously that's Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus in 4/4. I'm really stoked on that one. I love the 12/8 feel. It's triplet bass 4/4 for the music nerds out there. That you just heard is the second chorus. I'm really excited about that. And I want to talk about that song because, I'm assuming most of the people that are watching this video maybe have found out about what I'm doing through social media, Instagram to be more specific. Maybe you're just a friend of mine. Howdy, good to see you. But I get the feeling a lot of you are seen this video because of Instagram. And maybe some of you found my account through that post. And that was really cool. I was in here working, had the idea. I was like, oh, let me just, film this thing real quick. And then I filmed myself doing the 4/4 thing. And y'all seem to enjoy that. And I think that video has like over 300,000 views now, and has just brought a lot of attention to the project, and that's awesome. I think that's so sick. And my plan from the beginning was to document the making of this album like in real time, kind of as much as possible. And the reason for that is like so that the resources that have been given to this project, that they can just go even further. And I just want to be a good steward of what the Lord's entrusted me with. And I think a big part of that is sharing the story of this album so that people can follow along. And so thank you guys for following along. So yeah, I'm really stoked about that one. And something else about the 4/4, Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. It's a good segue into this last thing that I want to do, which is talk about some of my favorite comments. Oh wait, I forgot something. About the sneak peeks. I've been getting a lot of DMs about, what are your drums? Are those drums MIDI? Are you recording the drums live? Eventually I will record the drums live, but the drums that you're hearing on these sneak peeks are not recorded live, but it's MIDI. Maybe you're a music producer, maybe you don't. I can explain that in another video, but the pack that I'm using is it's from the Drum Sample Shop, and it's the Austin Davis kit. I'm literally just using one of their Ableton drum rack kits, and I love it because the main thing that I like about it is I can adjust velocities really detailed on snare stuff, so you can get these like snare rolls that feel really natural because the velocity's at like 10 or like 8, and I love the way that it sounds, and it obviously sounds good at the full velocity. But what they did with those samples, it's literally that pack is and that like preset that I'm able to use is helping me so much with this album and just flesh out these ideas. So thank you for making that. And also, I know people that are listening to this, some of y'all maybe are just worship leaders, maybe you are a music producer or a songwriter. I'm well aware that some people don't care about the details at all, and some people do. So let me know in the comments. I would love to do like a real breakdown, like a real production breakdown of some of these songs once they're done, or maybe even show some of the process. I don't know, but leave a comment or DM me if you would be interested in seeing kind of my process, because I'd love to share, and I'd love to just like help anybody who's trying to do similar things and wants to use the gifts that they've been given for the Lord. Love that. Would love to show you how to do drums or whatever it is that you're wanting. That's all for the production. Back to what I was saying. Favorite comments, favorite DMs. I got this one by this guy named Alec. He said, "Hey, my name is Alec, and I work at a church in, I think it's Dubuque, Iowa. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. I kind of know how to read, but not very much. I would love to start Christmas Eve out with your 4/4 version of Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. Any chance you have chords written down for it? Thanks for any help." Dude, Alec, that's awesome, man. Thank you for saying that. I'm so glad. Here's what's special about that to me is like these songs aren't even out yet, and they're already like edifying the church, and like that is only just because of what the Lord is doing, and I just love that. my desire is that like these would just be a blessing, not just to you but to your church. And so it's like to the worship leaders out there, like I guess I need to put together some chord charts so that, you know, y'all can use them for your churches, because that'd be awesome. Um, anyway, so I just sent him a little video of me playing, but I should put together a chord chart. The other comment that I got that was also about turn your eyes upon Jesus. This is a special one. I'm really excited about this. This guy, I don't know how to say his name. This guy said, this is a very long shot. He said song, but I think he meant shot. He said, I loved your reel on Turn Your Eyes Upon Jesus. Then he said this, my fiance and I are getting married on the 22nd of December. I would love for her to walk down the aisle to the keys you're playing. Could you please share an audio file of the keys with me if possible? God bless your work. Bro, that is the sweetest thing ever, dude. That's crazy, dude. So I sent it to him this morning, and maybe I'll maybe I'll give an update on that to see how it went. But so special that yeah, I'm just so thankful to get to be a part of this couple's special day, December 22nd. Lord bless them, bless their marriage. Amen. I don't know where this guy's from, but I'm excited to see what happens, and that was just really special to me. The last DM that I just thought was so sick, like extremely awesome. This couple, they're from West New York. He DM'd me. We were checking out your stuff. We were checking out your stuff last night, and we're inspired to record this little ditty. Hope it encourages you. Guys, check this out. This is crazy. What a fellowship, what a joy divine, leaning on the everlasting arms. What a blessedness, what a peace is mine, leaning on the everlasting arms. Leaning, safe and secure from all alarm. Leaning on the everlasting arm. Are you kidding me, bro? That is insane. That is so sick. I love that so much. They literally sound like Watch House. I don't know if y'all have ever listened to that group. I'm obsessed with his voice. I'm obsessed with her voice. I'm obsessed with the changes that they made. I've listened to that so much today. They're called the Lowlies or the Low Lies. It's the Lowlies. Pretty sure that's Lowlies. But it could be the Low Lies. Like I said, I mostly know how to read, but not fully. So yeah, thank you guys for like sending me just such encouraging DMs. It's been amazing. I'm like so thankful. Yeah, I'm just so thankful. It's so crazy. And y'all should check those people out because that's really, really sick. I've been so encouraged just by there's so many people doing hymns right now, and it's amazing. It's like there's something about it. There's something that I think the Lord's doing with these hymns, and I'm just all for it. I'm all for it. They're so sick. They're so sick. it'd be cool. I don't know what could come of this. It would be cool to do something with them. If y'all are watching this, the lowlies, I don't know how expensive a ticket is to uh, Central Arkansas, Little Rock, but it'd be sick if y'all came and we recorded a little version of that. I don't even know what that could look like, but I just really like that. I really, really like it, and I think it could be awesome. Well, I'm going to keep working on these songs. I'm going to keep sharing stuff. Maybe I'll do another update. There's some things that are going on in the background that are really exciting. The biggest thing that's kind of up in the air right now is I think best case scenario, the album that is released is a live album. There's just something about capturing moments in God's presence in a room when we're all just singing to him. There's just something about that studio recordings are obviously super special, obviously. But I feel like it needs to be live. And so there's an opportunity to do something like that in Central Arkansas. It'll be a few months from now, but I definitely want to do like a big worship night where like everyone that's been like following the journey can like come and just worship together. Like that'd be awesome. Like literally, if we just had a worship night and you guys were all invited and my church was invited and we just got to lift up the name of Jesus, singing these old songs that literally were written hundreds of years ago, I just think that'd be awesome. And so that'll definitely happen. But I also love like little living room things, little living room worship moments. So I don't know. Once the arrangements are done, it's kind of like we could go do a little living room and record that, and that'd be great. We could do a big worship night. So many options. So it's just a matter of getting the songs done and then going from there. If you have a living room that you're like, I'd love to have a hymns worship night. Maybe keep that in mind. That'd be awesome. I think it'd be so sick to just go to somebody's living room and sing a bunch of hymns with their community. I don't know. That'd be so sick. I'm saying I don't know a lot because I really don't know. But I'm just, someone was like praying over me the other day and was talking about how his word's a lamp for our feet and a light for our path. And a lamp is different than a spotlight. A spotlight, could show you the next 20 steps, but a lamp just shows you the next couple. And so, my goal is just to take the next couple steps and go, well, it looks like this could be on the horizon, but I could get up there and go, oh, it's actually needs to be totally different. So just trying to take it a step at a time. Thank you guys for following along. If you listen to this whole thing, I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry for, hopefully I wasn't so boring or whatever, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. I'm really excited for this. I want to be a part of what God's doing, and for some reason, don't fully know why, but this feels like what I'm supposed to do right now. And so I'm just so thankful for y'all's support, and we'll continue with the updates. Catch you later.